You're listening to KZOM, Oleander Public Radio.
Welcome to Innsmouth, stranger.
Hi, I'm Rob Whiten from the Innsmouth Book Club. Join me and my fellow guide John Chadwick as we take you on a fortnightly tour of Innsmouth. We visit places such as the Picture House, the Library and Innsmouth Museum to discuss all aspects of weird fiction, whether it be book, film, music, TV or art. As well as that, we stop over at the Gilman House to have a chat with a resident guest. That includes authors, artists, musicians, in fact Lovecraftian creatives of all types. You can find our free shows on Patreon, and there you can also sign up as a patron, which brings you bonus content, plus a monthly PDF copy of Innsmouth News, which features articles, author spotlights, all the latest news and reviews, and more. You can find us at patreon.com/InnsmouthBC. We hope to see you soon, because remember, Innsmouth isn't just a place, it's a state of mind.
Use MRP 5KM D6 to get 10%. Welcome to the world of conquest. Immerse yourself in the epic battles and strategic warfare with our two thrilling tabletop miniature games. Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, a rank-and-file war game, and Conquest, First Blood, a skirmish game. What makes these games even more exciting is that you can use the same miniatures to play both. Conquest, First Blood, our gripping skirmish game. With First Blood, you can experience the intense, fast-paced battles on a smaller scale while still utilizing the same meticulously crafted miniatures from your collection. So whether you're a seasoned war strategist or a newcomer eager to embark on your first conquest, the world of Conquest offers you endless possibilities. Gather your forces, hone your tactics, and prepare yourself for the ultimate test of skill and strategy across both The Last Argument of Kings and First Blood. The battlefield awaits. Go to pgttcm.com or the show notes to find out more. Get 10% off all orders by entering code MRP5KMD6. That's MRP5KMD6. That's MRP5KMD6. Get 10% off all books, miniatures, and more. Or go to PGTTCM or the show notes to find out more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the People's Guide to the Cthulhu Mythos. I am one of your many hosts of the People's Guide to the Cthulhu Mythos, D.B. Spitzer to my virtual right, as always, Gretchen Brooks, and David, Farmer Dave Heath. How's it going today, everyone?
We are Legion.
Good.
We are many, we are Legion.
Which reminds me, I actually did something fun. I was a guest host for the Horror Trivia Massacre at Home a Bar.
Yeah, very cool.
It was cool. My premise or my category was I picked I'm Possessed, and it was possession films and literature. And my questions were too ding hard for people.
Oh.
So I had 10 questions.
Did you get to write the questions?
What's that?
Did you get to write the questions?
Yeah, I wrote the questions.
Oh, cool.
So I had 10 questions, and people basically averaged 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So if you want to get the answers right to possession questions, sell your soul.
Right? I think one of the ones that really tripped people up was I put a few deep cuts, here's a quick example. Thought to be an Exorcist ripoff of Abbey 1974. What is the name of the gospel song that Abby Williams sings in church? And it's written and performed by the actress who played her herself, Carol Speed.
Okay.
My default is always A Circle Be Unbroken.
My Soul is a Witness is the name of the song. She wrote it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, things like that.
The Circle Be Unbroken.
I did put a Lovecraft question in. Do you guys want to hear it?
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
In H.P. Lovecraft's Tale of Possession, The Thing on the Doorstep, the main character, Daniel Upton, is visited by a titular thing. What does the decaying body belong to? Or who does a decaying body belong to?
Oh, that's funny.
Pikmin.
Nope.
No, it belongs to Asenath. Wait.
Is it?
Good job.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking. Okay. Yes, you're right.
Yep. Winner, chicken dinner.
That's
So yeah,
me.
it was a lot of that last night. I was like, oh goodness. So I need to, next time I get to host, if I get an opportunity to do it again, I need to take it down a notch, because I was playing to my peers who are at the other trivia hosts, and those guys are like, they're really, really knowledgeable. And so I thought, oh yeah, I should make these somewhat difficult, because people are used to this.
Next time.
Right.
Yeah. So anyone else get up to anything fun and exciting over since the last time we've been on?
Oh, I guess Washington too.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, just up there. Went to the flea markets.
Nice. Fun. Awesome. Get anything good at the flea markets?
Mm-hmm.
Fleas?
Dude, I got you and Nick Ducker made the same joke. No, so I got a leather, a couple. I got 3 jackets and a cashmere sweater.
That's cool.
And a lot of records.
Nice.
Okay.
And too much crap to carry home that my friends having to bring home for me. The festival. Ding ding.
I can't go anywhere near a flea market. 1, because I have no money. 2, because I'll buy everything with what little money I do have. Sounds like fun.
It was fun. I got a cool 70s leather jacket.
Oh, that's nice.
I was up in Washington myself. I was a little bit north of Woodland, I think around the Lewis Forks area, for a fantasy fair. It was called Realms Unknown. It was their second year doing it, and it was pretty fun. There were goblins driving golf carts, because it's on a golf course. It's on the back 9 of a golf course, and it's a lot of fun. I drank mead with Vikings, and as I said, rode around in golf carts. I was in the time travelers camp, so I had my old timey clothes on, so that was fun. My friend Tom dressed up in his Star Trek clothes, and my buddy JC and his kids, they all dressed as cyberpunk dudes. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
I made a little bit of money, but I had a ton of fun. So, yeah. So check it out next year. Realms Unknown. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. Dave,
Even
anything fun? What's that?
I was going to say, even though I wouldn't know where that realm is, because it's unknown.
It's unknown.
So we at the farm are incapable of having fun as far as we know.
Yeah.
And I fed goats.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I haven't even got a chance. I was going to try today, but it was just so crazy. I have not seen Agatha all along yet.
Oh, I haven't either, but I've just been so busy. It's like sitting down and watching stuff, except for maybe Dagon. It's been kind of hard to do as of late.
Yeah.
I've been recovering from Realms Unknown because I stayed and camped there, and oh man, the back 9 of a golf course. I was in the rough. It was not soft.
Oh no.
And I was going to say, I haven't had a chance to, watch anything, but I'm listening to YouTube true crime stories when you called, so I guess I do things.
Yeah. Fun. What kind of true crime are you listening to? Any particular cases of note?
So just everything, I guess. And I absolutely avoid this one, but I guess there's a lot of stuff coming out in the Ramsey case.
Oh, yikers! Yeah, no,
And
that's one I stay
of,
away from myself.
Yeah, but I did. I guess I listened to something where it was comparing. I guess Netflix has a new show on the Menendez, and they compared them to reality, and a couple, the classics, Jack the Ripper, and not quite true crime, but I watched a couple about Little Bighorn, and Custer was an idiot.
Yeah.
Also when he died, he wasn't a general.
Oh, interesting.
He had been demoted, part because he was promoted because of the Civil War, but he ran off to be with his wife. He went AWOL and got demoted to colonel.
Dummy.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, but. So yeah, this week we are going to be talking about some little I don't know how to describe them, but some oh goodness, I want to say some Lynn Carter creations, and then a Lovecraftian creation directed by Stuart Gordon
via Spain.
See. So yeah, let's get started. All right. In particular, it be those of the minions that inhabited the noisome depths beneath the earth's crust that lure men to their dreadful service through promise of wealth. For all the ore and riches of the world be theirs to dispense. Aye, mines of gold in heaps of inestimable gems. Of these the Yuggs, whose name the scribe rendereth as the worms of the earth, are by far the most to be feared. For it is said there be many riches and wealthy men bestriding the proud ways of the world today. The secret of those whose wealth lies in cursed treasures brought to his feet by immense and loathsome, the white and slimy Yuggs, whereby to purchase his service to their cause, to the utter and most damnable betrayal of humankind, the impairment of the very earth. John Dee's translation of the Necronomicon, Out of Ages, Lynn Carter.
Yes, thank you, Johnny D.
No problem, that's my John Dee voice. Because I don't know what John Dee sounds like.
I think it's a good John D, but I think he was a little bit more British.
Yes, and more of the ye and the hey, nanny. All right. So, what are Yuggs?
Big old worms.
Basically, yeah.
But they're not like they're not trimmers, they're not graboids, they're not sandworms, they're not those. They're
not, although they're going to be about the same time, but they're not Cathothians either.
No.
They're part of the Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which isn't really, I don't know, Hollow Earth isn't really so much Lovecraftian, but I don't know. These are a Lovecraftian creature through different means.
Lynn Carter.
Yep. I mean, these are related to Lovecraftian creatures through Lynn Carter, which he has them pairing off with the deep ones, much like humans, but
and like real worms. There are sea worms, and these are predominantly a sea race. Yeah. Which, honestly, if you're going to be this big, giant, bloated bug with teeth and no arms, or little tiny, it would make sense that it would have evolved in the ocean.
Sure. Yeah.
They don't live in the earth?
I believe they do both, but I believe they are among other things, at least in the story, I believe that they do. And I haven't been. I honestly, and this is a terrible thing to admit, I've read very little Carter.
Okay.
But I believe that they're predominantly an ocean thing. That's why they're teamed up with the deep ones. And they are around Ponape Island, which is a real island.
Yeah.
And so Lovecraft there's a German anthropologist that writes about, and we call it Ponape. It was Panape at the time. And I have a friend that's actually from Pog Island, which is the largest of the, one of the 4 largest Micronesian islands. And he was surprised that I didn't even heard of that because his brother's living there. And he calls it, his brother who's living there calls it Panape.
Okay.
So, despite every History Channel thing you see, it says no. So the thing that really impressed Lovecraft is that there are pyramids here, but they don't look like South American pyramids. They don't quite look like Egyptian pyramids. They're basalt, and they look like Lincoln logs laid up to make a pyramid. And then there are small channels throughout the island, and they are for eels, moray eels, because they're seen as a god by the islanders.
Okay.
And these are the temples. And and so Lovecraft got this book by this German anthropologist, and that's why we have Rael in the South Pacific. I suspect that Carter was at least aware of this, and that's why he put it around, or maybe Chaosium followed up to put it around Ponape or Pompeii Island.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And I don't think Carter did, but I would think really cool, because these are big teeth. If these were like, evolved moray eels, or they saw the moray eels as like their little brothers. I just think that's cool, but that's just me.
Yeah. Or they could be moray eels with a Azathothean corruption. Ooh, now they have tentacles and can shoot darts.
It could be, and big sort of worm mouths.
Yeah.
But one of the things is that, like the deep ones and the Cathothians, the biggest, most powerful one is their king.
Yeah.
And they usually, according to Chaosium's most recent book on monsters, they worship Zoth Amamagog.
Which we will be talking about probably in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's on our list of demigods or Cthulhu mythoses.
So, there's not a lot about it. If Chaosium can only come up with a page, one picture, a page, and a paragraph. So, so there's not really a lot out there.
No. I believe... Oh, man. I'm excited to talk about Zothomog. There's like virtually so tiny about that one, but it's like, oh yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah, no, and the Yuga, which are the progeny between Yuggs and deep ones. We're probably not going to talk about the Yuga unless I have it on my list for some reason, and that's what we're talking about next week. Oh no, my list isn't coming up. Yeah, no, we're not talking about Yuga. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, we'll talk about them now. The Yuga is what happens when a Yugg and a deep one
love each other very much.
Love each other very much.
You took the words out of my mouth, Dave.
Sorry. Yes.
So that's what I was going for, but I couldn't remember the phrase. But yeah.
The bee stings the mommy, and the bee stings the daddy.
So no, the Yuga, they're what happens, and they look kind of like humans, but not at all like humans, more like a combination of squids and insects. And they have I don't know, just kind of, I can't think of anything else about them other than that they're the offspring. And Yuggs, something I just, briefly touched upon, is they have the ability to shoot organic darts into humans to transmit genetic information, which I don't know if how is Yugga is also made, but that's interesting. Yuggs, much like deep ones, can have been known to bestow great wealth onto humans in exchange for their cooperation and regular sacrifice. So, something else they have in common.
Which we're going to see in the movie today.
Yeah.
True story.
Any thought on...
Are those Yuggas, or are they, some of them?
Some of them that we'll be talking about could also just be like chosen of Cthulhu. Like that's kind of a thing with deep ones, as well as some who are like extra special have tentacles instead of just a fish face.
Mm.
But I think that's a Chaosium thing.
So I'm going to agree with you on that, in the fact that although Lovecraft does talk about, Derelith talks about it, the Cthulhu star spawn, he never says what they look like.
No.
And so it's kind of assumed that they are little Cthulhus.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's some Chaosium bits about what happens if a star spawn and a deep one. You just get a deep one with tentacles.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, unless there's anything anyone else just has to scream out about the Yuggs.
Not really.
I always think of something at the end, but not this time.
All right. All right. Yeah, no, Yuggs, one of the lesser cared about, but nevertheless, it's there. You could build a story around them, I guess. But yeah.
Lynn Carter did.
Lynn Carter did. But does anyone else need to? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many other things that are a little bit more interesting than Yuggs that, I don't know, other folks like Ramsey Campbell, H.P. Lovecraft, Stephen King,
Fritz Lieber in the Burrows Beneath.
Yeah. Clark Ashton Smith, if I didn't already say that one. But yeah, no, we've got some cool ideas. Yuggs, I feel like are in, it's a cool idea, but they're just cooler things that you could use in your stories. But if you're looking for something super obscure to game with or write a story about, there are Yuggs. So, all right. We'll be back.
The Game of Damn, a D6 war game / tabletop role-playing game. Just add 10 to 20 six-sided dice, pencil, paper, rules, and some kit-bashed models. This is the rule set for the damn system you're buying here. A universal role-playing war game. This setting is just a suggestion. Written by D.B. Spitzer, quick and easy to learn rules. Just go to the show notes for more details. In a world of battle, large gangs, small armies, strange beasts, and stranger islands it all happens on. People from all over the multiverse, from different times and parallel worlds, have found themselves in a world unfamiliar to them. People from the different backgrounds form small squads, gangs, armies, and maybe an empire. Just as no one knows why they are there, they also have no idea what is the source of all the beasts found all over the island, in the skies, and in the waters. Just as strange, small villages, roads, farms, and more litter these small island nations. People have lived here, died here, raised families on these strange, battle-scarred islands. New people, new creatures, new structures, new islands appear seemingly at random times and in random places. It's not uncommon to see vehicles and instruments of war that look like they were constructed in a dream or nightmare. Tanks with spider legs, artillery made of green crystals, bizarre airplanes, and even weirder. Form war bands, build armies, or go solo and explore. Your possibilities are nearly endless. Go to the show notes for more info.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other places where podcast stuff exists. All right, back to the show.
In Legacy Door, a lurker from space casts a shadow over time.
We opened our eyes upon the human world. We found ourselves lying on an especially yielding bed in a room displaying scattered relics of their shallow past, tied together by more recently produced items meant to blend with the relics. Typical.
A sensitive journalist dreams of unknown lives.
It seems like every time I close my eyes, they get stronger. I can't even say the last time I had a normal sleep, let alone a dreamless one.
An outspoken lawyer defends the suspect in an unspeakable crime.
And that client was Jonathan Strauss, held for the murder of his daughter Abigail and her companion Harrison Reese.
And a stalwart investigator tries to drag it all into the light.
Some of the Reeses and the Strausses have been involved with something that seems to include an obsession with bloodlines and longevity for at least decades.
Legacy Door is a weekly cosmic horror mystery podcast. An ensemble of actors tell a story, also available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. Available now.
Hey everyone, we are back, and this time we are talking about 2001 Spanish horror film directed by Stuart Gordon and written by Dennis Paoli, and very loosely based on H.P. Lovecraft's 1919 story, Dagon, and his 1931 novella, Chateau over Innsmouth. So, yeah, let's let's talk about this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wasn't certain we were going to have an intermission there, so.
Yeah, the color is amazing. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
So I love this film. I know it's kind of it's revered and repelled. Like some people love it and some people just really hate it. I think it's a fun. I love interpretations of The Shadow over Innsmouth. It's kind of up there with one of my favorite like Lovecraft stories.
Yeah.
That's why I like the idea of these. There's even like besides like Chiaki Kanada's version, there's this Ultra Q movie that has these people returning to water and they kind of like flop around in the water. And I always like go to that in my brain whenever I think of like people from Innsmouth like returning to the water and like they start changing and they start getting like fangy and it's just this movie evokes all of those wonderful like visuals.
Yeah. No, I remember getting it from, I'm pretty sure from Movie Madness in like 2004, 2005. And being like, having very kind of strong feelings about it. On one hand, I really liked what was being done, but on the other hand, I was like, this is not the story that I thought I was signing up for.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot more Dagon, like people exploring like a lost island, not.
I think that's the only part of it that's really Dagon is other than like the esoteric order of Dagon.
Yeah.
The other than the like island scenario, like and the worship of Dagon, but as a whole, for the most part, it's pretty much Shadow over Innsmouth.
Yeah, with a little bit of inseminators from the deep thrown in for fun.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's actually.
You are my brother. And you're like, oh no, no.
Yikes! Yeah,
I would have done the same thing and lit myself on fire.
Yeah, but that's not where the true horror comes from.
That's CGI though, yo. Oof.
Yeah, that was 2001 CGI for sure.
I mean that, but we can't say that because it's like there were so many good CGIs at 2001, but that is like Stuart Gordon affordable like 2001 CGI. Let's be real.
Lionsgate.
Yeah, buddy.
But no, this isn't a terrible film. Your mileage may vary. I like it, but also at the same time, there's things that I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb. They don't need to do this. Take out this Texas Chainsaw Massacre element, and it's a little bit cleaner of a movie. Or take out this, or it's like the main character's personality just makes you not want to root for him at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a Miskatonic student. He's already corrupt as is.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, man, don't wear that.
My favorite character in this is Ezekiel. Right?
Yeah.
I love like him telling the story of how the village became kind of had fallen from their Christianity and like worshiping the gold that was brought forth from the sea. I thought that whole scenario was a rad, like telling the tale.
Yeah, and that's my personal favorite part of Shadow over Innsmouth is when Zadok Allen tells the story of why Innsmouth is the way it is, and it's kind of like the coolest part of there's two cool parts in my opinion about three cool parts. There is Zadok Allen being like, yeah, this is the story, this is what happened. Then there's the in this story and also in this movie, there is the chase scene that involves switching a lock from one door to another. But in Shadow over Innsmouth, I feel like it goes on a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where the main character is hiding, and can't quite see everything that goes past, but it doesn't sound like they're human. It doesn't, he's hearing like weird moaning and bellowing and like slogging and like things that, ought to walk like a man that do not, and just strange fish people. And, just kind of like the horror of like everything that I thought I saw that was scary was nothing. This is terror right here. And then, then there's the twist ending. Whoa! But I don't know.
So actually, I think my favorite character is probably Barbara, played by Raquel Moreno. And I think that if she was the main character, I think it would have been a better story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because she's hot.
Well, there's that. There's that, and now Uxia, the weird mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is played by Macarena Gomez.
I know.
Very little is known in America, but she's been nominated for a Goya, which is like the Spanish equivalent of an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
She's fantastic in 30 Coins, and she's also was in Lord of Tears.
Mm-hmm. And this is her first movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's rad.
What I find interesting is I cannot click on Ezra Godden as Paul Marsh, his name at all. Doesn't seem like he was in much after this.
Mm.
Not that I'm aware of. And a lot of it, though, is that, Godden and Brendan Price, they are. I think Price is an American. He may be an Englishman, but a lot of the cast was Spanish, and that does give it, I think, a very it gives it an exotic flavor that you see the exoticness on the surface, and then it's much deeper. And the shoreline, the city is beautiful.
Yeah,
is where my father is from.
Yeah, no, I feel like so much of the movie owes anything to the location. I'm sure they dressed stuff up and there was set dressings and everything and the costuming and everything like that and the special effects. But that would have been all for naught with a Stuart Gordon budget, it's probably been like, you know what? I bet if we go to this place and tell them we'll get the locals to help, and we could save some money here. And also, the director knows some people, so it's going to be cheaper than Reanimator. I don't know.
And I will say that a lot of people that are like vaguely familiar with Lovecraft have told me that this is their favorite adaptation.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, you guys. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to pause for my own recording part.
Sure,
I'm going to mute me.
Sorry. Let me just type something real quick.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did you see that message?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, just.
What did you send it via?
No. Gretchen did. She's she's moving locations.
Okay.
It's on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I don't have Facebook up right now at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, she's moving locations.
Okay.
So real quickly, if you want to take, if there's something that that you want to add, so I figured that you probably would want to talk about Alien. And I don't know if there's another movie. I mean, you got time. It's just.
Yeah, no, anything that we've talked about that you want to throw at me to talk about, I'll talk about it. I don't have anything in particular.
Okay. Okay. And if you want to change, like I said, I just sort of put in the placeholders, but yeah. I can do bullet points too for the ones that are out there.
Sure.
I'm back. Sorry. I just had to find my power cord and all that stuff too, because I didn't want my laptop to die.
No.
So edit that out.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No, not a problem.
We were talking about this movie.
Yeah, we were talking about Dagon. So yeah, no, it's one of those films that people really like it or they don't. It's very polarizing.
There's some fun props in it. I mean, like the pieces of gold they get from the sea are pretty neat. Like the weird, I love like the golden egg one that has like an octopus around the top of it. That one's pretty cool. Like the little like Dagon symbol that's like looks like a crab kind of thing, and he throws it like they're like lifting it up and yay, gold. I think that's pretty rad. But
yeah. No, the gold.
Her helmet, her shell hat. Oh boy, Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, that's kind of like that Barbara Steele movie. What is it? The where she's green.
The Crimson Cult one.
Yeah. So at first I was like, it's kind of like that, but then I was like, no, it's not nearly as good as that.
No. But yeah, no. It's one of those movies that like people really like and or people really don't like. It's has one of those. It's 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a 5.9 out of 10 on it, and I agree.
That's not bad, actually.
No,
yeah.
No. For the budget, I think that's because there's some very loyal fans.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Andrew Migliori, wrote, Gordon nicely creates a decayed humanity of Lovecraft's Innsmouth, but also that the film's relentlessness is draining and numbing, and concludes Dagon is a dark story told, well told, but some Lovecraft lovers may be a fish that should have gotten away. Okay, and that's from his book Lurker in the Lobby, the guide to H.P. Lovecraft. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I can see where purists don't like it.
Yeah.
At the same part, I think what is this came out 2001?
Yep.
I think visually, I'm going to say that I think it was very influenced by MTV.
Yeah.
The speed, the colors, drop dead beautiful characters. I mean, yeah. So she has 8 legs, so I think that's very much sort of the MTV video aesthetic, which I don't think is bad.
No.
I mean, if it's done right, and this definitely wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it pays off. So I think it was marketed towards people who grew up with MTV.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, definitely. Not a bad horror film, not a great horror film, but I'll call it good. It's okay.
And I think what people that really like it is the thing is it's bloody.
Yeah.
It's got some good body horror.
Yeah.
And if
we got some like skinning happening.
Yes.
You know what the one though I mourned? The boat. That was a beautiful boat.
Yeah.
And unlike the actors and actresses who are probably okay, that boat got them wiped out.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes. But
well, I mean, they had to get to the island somehow.
Right? Yeah, no. So so I think that a lot of people that are fans of this are going to be more appreciative of the gore than I would be. But I've still watched it all the way through. I think that is appeal to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. So, if you like your movies with endings that make you go, so what was I supposed to care about?
Well, I get it. There wasn't, other than the girlfriend, there wasn't like a whole lot of redeeming characters.
No. And it's, I don't know. It's like most for Lovecraft. It's not like, oh goodness. There's a plot, but it's not a positive ending. It's not a happy ending. It's a Lovecraftian ending, but
correct.
And that I think about it, and it's kind of foreshadowed in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
The sky is dark, and which is probably what they filmed it under, but in the clouds, and so I think that actually adds to the story when you see it that way.
Yeah, and part of me wonders is like, Was this also a nightmare for Lovecraft that he would live underneath, he would have to, if this happened to him, he'd have to live underwater and eat seafood for the rest of his life?
No,
and as we know, Lovecraft was not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow. All right. Well,
I'm just going to say one last thing.
Sure.
So, absolutely, there are points that change. And as I get older and I'm becoming less and less that guy, that it's got to be just like history. It's just got to be like book. I think it did a good job of catching the spirit of Lovecraft. I think it did a good job capturing this sort of cosmic horror that the universe is uncaring. So I think...
See, I didn't feel like it was cosmic-y, honestly.
Well, and not cosmic-y in space, but cosmic-y in that the universe doesn't care about humans.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like that's kind of indicative of like that whole. It feels like what I liked about this version is that it feels like a folktale.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That to me feels more like less eldritchy, more I mean, I suppose that's still eldritch in its own right. I mean, I hate like those like trying to decipher whether or not this is eldritch or cosmic or whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like I feel like this has more of a spin that feels more like a homespun folktale, if that makes sense.
Okay, I get you.
Like kind of like The Mound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that sense, that it feels more tangible of a story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to make it any more depth than that. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of with Andrew Migliori on this one. Don't tell him I said that, though.
I won't. All right. Yeah. No. Dagon. Well, Laurier. Yeah.
Yes.
What are we talking about next week? There's got to be a better movie next week.
This was our to be determined movie, anyways.
Yeah, and we all chose it.
Next week is Suspiria 2018.
Hey, that's a Gretchen choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen the original. I haven't seen that version yet.
Neither have I, so I'm excited.
This is fun. You'll like it. I have a feeling you might like it. Just treat them like they're two different movies. Don't try to treat one as like a spiritual sequel or a remake or anything like that. They're just two different movies.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
But we can do some comparisons. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
And what Lovecraftian are we topic?
We are talking about the musician Eric Zahn.
Ah.
Okay.
And he's going to play some wild music.
I will be looking him up.
On a viola. What's up?
I'll be looking him up.
Yep. So
this is like the third Lovecraft story I read.
Really?
Yeah.
Way back when I was 13. And we'll talk about it, but really reading a short story, really good parallels between Eric Zahn and the legends of Robert Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yep. So music of Eric Zahn is the book if you want to be informed with it for next week, folks. And yeah, we will have Suspiria. I'm like, wait, suspense. No, it's I'm gonna mispronounce it. But yeah, Suspiria 2018 is the movie. And we'll see you next time, everyone. So thank you so much for listening. And I guess
come see our panels at HP Lovecraft Film Festival.
See our panels at the HP Lovecraft Film Festival will be 4:00 in the Hollywood Theater Library on Sunday, October.
Yeah, so this will be the public library next to the theater.
Yeah. So the Hollywood Public Theater in Portland, Oregon, not Hollywood, California.
Yeah.
So.
And I promise you, audience, that I will do something exciting so I can tell you next week.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was a good episode.
Yeah, sorry for having a pause there for a minute.
No sweat.
No problem.
Anycuba Cobra S combo. Compared to the mainstream 3D printer on the market, Anycubic S1 is faster. The speed has improved 12 times. The Benchy can be completed in 15 minutes. That's 600 millimeters a second. Fully enclosed construction using the Cobra OS system and cooling system minimizes vibrations and enhances the responsiveness to improve the quality of printing. Anycubic Cobra S features a full metal hot end capable of reaching a peak temperature of 320 degrees. Quiet mode is as low as 44 decibels while printing. 44 decibels, that's as loud as the library or bird calls or a forced air furnace. Equipped with built-in camera to view the printing process. Finally, use my link to save $120. Get the combo and be able to print in 4 to 8 colors. Fast and easy to use. If you have a hobby or a business, you'll find hundreds of uses for your Anycubic printer. Use the show notes to find out anything you want. Get anything you want from Anycubic. Thank you, and back to the show.